So something I've been thinking a lot about is the Pareto principle. And it's the idea that 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. And it originated from this guy named Wilfredo Pareto. And he observed that like 80% of Italy's land was observed by 20% of the population. And he went out to research this effect in all these different fields, and he found it in biology, found it in sociology, found it in all these different fields. And the idea is that there are a few vital tasks that contribute to a majority of your results. I've been thinking about, in the context of my PhD, how that plays a role, right? Because if you think about it, what are the main outputs for a PhD, right? Especially if you're going into academia, the main outputs of the PhD is how many publications you come out and what are the impact of those publications. That's literally the highest impact thing you could do during your PhD is publish more in high impact journals, or do high impact research, right? Or get a lot of citations. Those are the things that really at the end of the day matter, right? All of these other things that you can do, they do help. Sure, they can be positive, but they don't contribute to the majority of the results, right? Most of the results from your PhD are going to come from the papers that you write and publish, right? So I was thinking about that, right? Because a lot of PhD students that I know, including myself, get into this trap of working like 8, 10, 12 hours a day, right? Doing all of these random tasks, right? Because there's so many things you can do as a PhD student, right? You can go down these random rabbit holes. You can do these side projects. You can get into a collaboration. You could be reading papers. Yes, all of these things are important and you shouldn't not do them. However, it's important to prioritize what are the few key tasks that are actually going to lead to a majority of the outputs, right? And the few key tasks in the case of a PhD are: 1, reading the relevant literature to your field; 2, designing the experiments; and 3, conducting the experiments; and 4, writing the results of your experiments. So disseminating them, publishing them. Those are the 4 key tasks. So when I adopted this mindset of, if I make sure to prioritize those 4 things every single day, then I'm getting much more of the results with much less of the time, which is really interesting. And that really made me think about, it made me reconsider doing a lot of the random other things that I would do, such as signing up for these random speech competitions that will better your science communication skills. Yes, these things are good, but it's not the high leverage thing to do. So when you have a lot of time, maybe in the beginning of your PhD, go ahead and do it. But once you get into the weeds and you really want to get the most bang for your buck, for your time, then focus on the 4 key principles.